Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and again I'm playing with some collage papers from Natalie May Scrapbooking. Natalie is based in Australia, and you can order from her website over there. Obviously if you're in the UK you will have to pay import taxes when they arrive here, so that is to sort of factor into the cost of ordering, but it is worth ordering from there because these collage papers are so easy to use and so easy to incorporate into your page. So this one that I'm using here is called Molly. It comes with two images of the same design, one in colour, one in black and white on the collage paper. So because there's a lot of red on this collage paper, I'm deciding to go in with red. It's not a colour that I often use. As you'll know if you watch my channel, I don't often sit down to art and think, I think I'll use red today. I don't really know why. It just doesn't appeal to me really. But I figured I would work with what was there to start off with. So I've put some red, this is Ruby from Dina Wakley Media, onto my page. I scraped it on with an old gift card. And then I'm using this star stencil from Dina Wakley Media and some white paint. And I'm just adding some small stars onto my page, using quite, well, not too much paint initially. And then I'm going in with this larger star stencil, which is also from Dina Wakley, and I'm trying to get a much more opaque layer of white paint here. So instead of sort of smooshing it, I am dabbing it through the stencil, and as you can see, that creates a much more opaque layer of paint. And I keep popping that image in place just to make sure that what I'm doing is going to work with where the image is going to go on my page, just to make sure that I am not causing too much distraction from the focal point on my page. And then I'm just using the leftover paint just to add almost like a halo of white around the image, just to push that red away a little bit. I felt it was a little bit too in your face, so it got shoved back a little bit. And then I'm going in with some gel medium and a really crusty brush and sticking that down. So this was another case where I didn't really think about the red showing through on the face, and I didn't really like how it looked. So you will see in a bit that I go in and paint over the face around the features. So just sticking that down, did give it a really good dry before I went in and did anything else to my page. So this stamp is also from Natalie May, and it's called Won't Let You Down, and it is just a text stamp, and I'm using some red paint on the stamp, putting it on with the blending tool. Do give your stamps a really good clean after you've used them with acrylic paint, because it will dry on there and it will affect how the stamp works if you let it dry. So give it a good clean after you finish. So here I am going in with some white paint. I'm just painting around these features on the face because I felt that the face kind of disappeared with the red that was coming through, and I didn't really want that to happen. So I'm using a square brush. I find these a lot easier to use because they've got that flat edge, and it's easier to kind of angle it where you need it to be so that you can get your paint to go where you want it and not anywhere else. So yeah, this is just a thin layer of white acrylic paint that I'm adding onto my page here. Okay, and then I gave that a good dry, and now I'm going in with my black gel pen, and I am just going over the lines that are there already, just to darken those up a little bit and redefine the marks that are already drawn in, that Natalie May has already put onto this image. So you can see it starts to bring that image more into the foreground, because at the minute it's a little bit wifty and a little bit in the background, and just doing this just pulls it forward a little bit more. And here I'm adding the features back in, just highlighting the eyes a bit, giving some eyelashes, She's starting to look a bit more alive. She's a bit pasty, isn't she, at the minute? Yeah, so then I think, yeah, I decide to go around those stars with some sketchy lines, just the large ones, just to pull those forward a bit more. So sometimes when you've got a collage paper like this, you can very much take your inspiration from what is already there on the paper. It can give you your colour palette for your page. If you want it to be an image that kind of blends with the background, sometimes that works, and sometimes it's better to do it so that your background is a contrast to your image, and then that way the image will stand out more. But because this one had this lovely red behind it, I figured it would be a great way to make that the background behind the image match my page, so it kind of blended in a bit better. So then I've just added the whites of the eyes in. I've given some little pink rosy cheeks as well. And then this is a quote from the same collage paper, and I'm just using a glue stick to stick this in place. I'm not particularly worried about this going kind of transparent on the page, so I wanted that to kind of stay in the foreground really. So if I'd added the gel medium, the matte medium, it would have melted into the page a little bit more. So then just to finish off, I am just adding some splatters using my small fan brush and some watered down black acrylic paint. And that is pretty much it for this page, so finished. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me create using another one of Natalie May Scrapbooking's collage papers in the large craft journal. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.